Evening and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike here with Alex, coming to you from GreenDragonCVR in Woodbridge to talk about video games. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm not doing so bad at all. Finished some Slitterhead, currently playing East 10 Nordics.
East 10 Nordics, that's awesome, man.
Like it a lot. Restarted to try it on the higher difficulties and I'm pretty satisfied with those, so
Nice.
hopefully we can talk about that in a longer video, but today I thought it'd be nice to just talk about some recent controversies. The video game space, video game news.
Yeah,
There's been a pile of them.
Seems there has been a pile of bit of slinging crap at each other.
That's right, and I think these controversies pertain to some of the themes related to video games and artistic integrity that we always talk about. So,
yep,
be worth covering them a little bit, eh?
Yeah, I think so.
I think on Twitter it's been making the rounds that the art director of Avowed, we won't bother dropping names, kind of beside the point, but the art director of Avowed has displayed this antagonistic posture towards video games and game consumers, you know. And if you've listened to any of our other videos, you probably know we're not really here to champion so-called gamers or any demographic, to be honest with you.
Definitely not.
But what this does expose, you know, and I'm referring to the art director's comment where he says that he's designing characters specifically for the purpose of irritating a certain person or a certain group of people.
That's right.
It's very clear then that the person in charge of a essential part of this game is not concerned with making a game for the sake of making a game, or with making decisions for the good of the work.
Yeah, absolutely. His head is in another space where it shouldn't be, really.
Yeah.
So
we always talk about this, like this idea that the artist, like his first responsibility is to the good of his work. He shouldn't be thinking about profit or extrinsic political motivations, like achieving some goal in the world. Like the first thing you do, even if you're working as political themes, is seek the integrity and good of that work. You know, like an eye that sees or lungs that breathe. Like you should help it fulfill the ultimate aspects of its nature. That's the goal. And this guy is openly admitting to you here that his first concern as the art director is not that.
Not that. Yeah. It's to irritate people in real life, which is pretty sad.
At the very least, this guy's a boob. Yeah, this game is going to be trash. It's truly
that's the thing. At the end of the day, like if he just shut his mouth and didn't say anything, like there wouldn't be all this
attention.
Yeah,
his bosses are very upset with him. You know,
there's nothing good about it.
There's nothing good about it. Not only have you like burned a bridge with a sizable portion of the demographic, probably, let's be honest, the biggest portion of the demographic that would have played your game. Those are the guys who played every game you've ever made, Obsidian. And you have this chode here telling them to go to hell, eh?
Yeah.
That's going to go
good work.
Yeah, so, that's how it looks to me. I don't know. The guy's an idiot that's bringing bad attention to the game, and more importantly, he seems to have openly admitted that as the art director, he's not even interested in the good of the work. He's designing characters, to irritate some guy, you know?
There couldn't be a bigger red flag.
Yeah, I'm not going to play that game. I mean, I wasn't anyways. And it's sad because Obsidian, you know, I've always talked good about them, eh? And we've always had a high opinion of Obsidian here.
They're just continuing the trend of studios in the West. Just
it's a bit sad. The Outer Worlds was a great game. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. That was a good game.
I liked it a lot.
I actually finished that one.
Yeah, it was excellent, bro. They made South Park Stick of Truth. They made Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah.
They were responsible for some of the best Western RPGs of all time. Pillars of Eternity, even more recently with Josh Sawyer there. But even he's behind this art director, you know, having apparently recommunicated all of his antagonistic remarks, so it's disappointing, bro. Nobody's gonna play your game, buddy.
Rip Obsidian, I guess.
Yeah, both because you're an idiot
some point
personally,
next year.
and you're not interested in the good of your work. I think for us, that's more than
sums it
enough
up.
to say. Just forget about this. You don't see Japanese people acting this way.
No, they don't. They just don't. They do their work. They answer questions, and they give you the honest truth of it. You know, that's it.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Avowed, as you said.
Yep.
Another interesting thing that's happened, is that Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree has been nominated for Game of the Year.
Yep.
Apparently irking a lot of people.
Big time controversy. Yeah, there's some argument about whether or not DLC should be considered for a Game of the Year. And while I kind of understand the sentiment, if you're speaking semantics, you know, like it's a game.
Exactly.
It's a DLC, so it's an expansion. You need the game. Whatever the case
semantic, you're arguing may be. About a term, right?
Yeah. But, so at the end of the day, that DLC had, you know, more content and was better than pretty much majority of the games that came out. So why does it not deserve to be accredited, right?
Like to me, you know, the thing, a game is a gesture of world building. Like it's an original being. I always talk about this. It has this internal logic of its own and exists apart from human concerns and this and that kind of thing, right? And here, though the game is a DLC, like it has the same properties, the inner consistency of the real as the first Elden Ring, or indeed more than most games that have come out this year, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think the fact that it comes after something, or that you have to play something else first, in any way impacts the objective characteristics that the thing exhibits. That might be a consumer concern, but I don't care about that. You know, I don't care about you as a consumer or me as a consumer. Right?
Yeah,
I'm concerned with the thing in its public meaning, its objective characteristics. And in that sense, despite it relying on the previous game, it doesn't in any other way lack those characteristics that make a game a game.
Yeah, I'm fine with it, and I think they deserve to be at least nominated. Maybe not to win, but nominated for sure.
You know what, man? Even if there was a smaller DLC, I don't see why, just because it's a DLC, it can't be better than a game that came out this year and get that recognition. That's, as you said, totally dependent on extrinsic factors and not with assessing what people have done with, you know, this medium.
Right.
What they've expressed with it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that should automatically disqualify something. So, yeah, like...
Be curious to see what happens.
From my point of view, I was just surprised that a lot of the slop Western games were nominated. I was... You know, that's why I was taken aback, given who's voting on the jury. I thought that, you know, a lot of the...
Maybe that's why some of this
Black Myth
sort
for
of
example.
Pseudo pushback was there.
Pretty strange, right? A lot of the,
I didn't expect to see Black Myth Wukong at all there. Yeah,
a lot of the people voting, they hate that game, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them didn't even mention that it received the nomination.
Maybe they don't
coverage.
Maybe they don't hate it as much as we.
Maybe maybe it's just passe to mention. You know, I don't know. You got a point there, but it's interesting, and I don't personally think that should disqualify it from
fair enough.
Game of the Year. Yeah,
fair enough.
Maybe we could leave it there for today.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, a couple of controversies in the gaming space in recent weeks. Our thoughts on them, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks to talk about who does in fact win Game of the Year.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
And thank you very much for tuning in.